Yo guys, welcome to The Last Lap.
Don't forget to drop a lovely, juicy 5-star rating if you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it.
Now Stake have taken over at Alfa Romeo, and they're like kind of an online gambling, but kind of crypto as well. I mean, they actually... there was no NDA. That they reached out to me to be like a sponsor or to be involved with the launch in some way, and I was like, not interested because they're the whole, you know, when Drake's dropping.
I was going to say,
that's
but Drake could be there. You could be.
Is that really Drake's money?
No, it's not. But they could bring him through, and then you could be like, "Hi, I met Drake. I am F1 certified lover boy."
Imagine F1 certified lover boy. Certified driver boy, even. There we go. Fucking hell. Imagine seeing Drake in an F1 garage and
I think
Alfa Romeo.
that might happen. Him and
maybe.
Joe.
Yeah.
They're throwing a lot of money around.
They are. I guess, like, more seriously, the thing is, we can never really... F1 is always going to be about money, right? F1 was tobacco sponsorships back in the day. And, you know, I'm surprised that there's not more gambling, like big gambling sponsorships, the way that you see like Bet365 and football and so on. Maybe F1 isn't like a massive gambling market, but I guess there's untapped potential. I'm not encouraging it, but I just, it is weird. But the thing about F1 is, especially now, it's a much younger audience than football. Like, you know, especially I'm looking at the demographics on my videos. I'm looking at the demographics that they're saying are coming into the sport. You look at the demographics, even just on Twitter, you know, I stopped arguing with people. I'm like, you're literally 12. Like, I can't.
It's not even an insult. They are genuinely
you're genuinely 12 years old. Like, bless you. Like, you're so sweet. So, you know, it's almost... I guess I'll put that to you. Is there like a moral question about bringing something like gambling into a main sponsor when you're going to have kids who you know, are going to be influenced, or young people with, you know, some disposable income? Are they going to get involved? Are they going to, you know, it's a slippery slope.
I think, typically not even just F1. I mean, F1, I think, has always had a particularly uneasy relationship with the morality of its sponsors. But you look at, again, football is full of gambling sponsors.
I think there's a stat now, like literally 50% of the clubs in the Premier League their shirt sponsor is a gambling company.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the sponsor is on a shirt, it's a gambling company from like
it's probably
Hong Kong or something.
Exactly.
It doesn't really exist.
And that's it. So then it comes down to the whole kind of, there is certainly nuance in that, because like for me, fundamentally, I don't have, like, you could say the same about alcohol. Like anything that can be a vice can be seen in a, you know, in a negative way, but also in terms of free will. If people want to do what they want to do, there's always kind of a bit of everything in
moderation, right? Like, you know, as long as you do everything in moderation, it's fine. If you drink in moderation, if you know, gamble in moderation, it's fine, right? And obviously moderation is relative to whoever does it. But yeah, it's almost like trying to have a go at one section of sponsorship is almost like a bit hypocritical. And like you say, like, there's gambling, you can't be mad at gambling when there's crypto. You can't really, you know, can I be mad at crypto when there's alcohol?
Big oil.
Because where does it stop? Do you know what I mean?
Where does it stop?
It's kind of tough to draw the line.
I think everyone's got to have their own individual, like, there's certain things, say you've got a particularly sensitive relationship with, like, you know, alcohol abuse, for example, then you're going to be more sensitive to seeing alcohol sponsorship, potentially. And that can go for it. So I think it's one of them things that everyone's entitled to have their own perspective on it,
but it's just hard to police.
And it's very hard to police.
I think it's completely valid to have that sort of concern of, like, we don't want to see a cryptocurrency necessarily on every single car or gambling sponsors on every single car, but like, where do you draw the line? Like, it really does, like, I can guarantee a lot of people that go, well, I don't want to see cryptocurrencies or crypto companies on cars. Also loved seeing a Marlboro livery on a Ferrari.
Bring back the Marlboro livery.
Like, it's kind of hard. It's, you know, I don't know. It's a hard one to morally judge.
For sure. Because again, like, in terms of sponsorships that, I'm just trying to think of
get Oxfam on every car and just call it a day.
I'm just trying to think, like, of mainline team sponsors, are there any that are completely squeaky clean? That I like. I'm just trying to.
Because Patronus's oil again is like
like there's none really coming to mind.
Yeah,
Apart from the companies that
Red
I guess
Bull.
supply.
If you're above the age of 16,
yeah,
and you don't get ID'd.
But even then,
I
people.
got ID'd once for getting Red
you?
Bull, and I was like, nah, this can't.
Really?
Yeah, and I had a beard. I was like, come on, lads.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, completely unrelated, but I just got pissed off by it. Like I got
Great sound.
I got
This is why I brought you
ID
back.
for Bucks Fizz on Christmas Eve last Christmas.
Bucks Fizz.
And it really ruined my Christmas. So I was like, bruv, I'm in my 30s. Like, I just want a little Christmas orange and Prosecco on Christmas Day. And she was like, I need to see your ID. I was like, you lady have ruined Christmas.
Yeah.
And
ID on Christmas Eve should be illegal. It should be anything goes.
do you mean I'm not?
That's probably a terrible piece of advice, but it's Christmas, man. Come on, everyone's
I'm not
drinking.
like. I also, I'm just like insulted that you think I'm gonna go take this and drink it on a park bench. Like, I'm underage. I'm gonna take this Bucks Fizz. I'm just gonna neck it. And
I love this.
With a WKD as well.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's just insulting.
I can see this in Niran Yash, like Secretary of Culture.
Yeah.
Joint position here.
Sort us out, government.
Do you know, like when they used to have like free travel on Christmas, New Year's Eve in London? I'm like, no IDs, Christmas
free
Eve.
drink,
Whatever you want, just ransack the place. I'm joking. Anyway, back to Formula One. Sorry, I just had to get that out. I've been keeping it in for a year.
Sponsored by Bucks Fizz.
Yeah, sponsored by Bucks Fizz. Look, if you don't have Bucks Fizz on your Christmas
Again, we can
morning,
put it down here.
yeah.
I love a Bucks Fizz.
Look,
It's good.
Who
Decent.
doesn't?
Who
Well, I
doesn't?
can imagine a lot.
You're lying to yourself.
That lady who sold it.
Yeah. That lady I was on to, clearly not a Bucks Fizz enjoyer.
But as we were talking about, anyway, as we were talking about Alfa Romeo, also it's been announced that Audi have officially now purchased I believe it's 25% stake in that team.
They're sponsored.
This guy.
See, that's
This guy. That's why.
that's what it
This
was.
guy.
That's why they signed the deal, and then
It all makes sense.
all
now.
makes
It comes
sense.
together. But no, I don't think we'll be. I did kind of joke that they could just, I'm sure Alfa Romeo wouldn't like the Audi sticker to be like alongside it. Maybe they can sneak in a little one. But it is part of the process is starting now. They've got their new team. Well,
Represented.
there's not team principal. He looks like a quality architect, so I would trust him with
things,
my.
right.
So decidal, to be fair.
they kind of all do. A lot of them. Yeah, I hear that.
It just that screams efficiency to me.
It is.
But he's been at the team for a while. I think he used to be team principal at Trident, I believe. So there's a lot going on at that team. There's a lot to be. Yeah, that's a team. The Sauber's been a team that's, in terms of a team that I've just had very little opinion on, that have just kind of blended into the shadows, not had a strong or negative opinion on it. It's been Sauber, but there's so much going on there now. I think it seems like a really exciting kind of team to be at.
Yeah.
It's one of those, isn't it? I guess it's almost in the same way when I guess we have the same feeling as when I guess Aston Martin came into the sport and we're looking at like prestigious car manufacturers taking over. It is exciting. I guess, we'll see. I don't want to get my hopes up. I thought like Aston Martin, that's going to be like, give it 2 or 3 seasons, they'll be doing really well. And that's been disappointing. And I just think it's very hard for new teams to come into the sport and make an impact on the sport.
Even big OEMs. Like, look at Honda back in like 2008, like when they pulled the plug, they'd spent billions.
Not much.
And the cost cap obviously is meant to help if you respect it. And like, and I just think, hopefully that helps, and hopefully that helps bring the grid together. But for me, I don't know. I think I'm one of those where I'm not gonna hold my breath on any new teams coming in. Even if it ever happens with Andretti Cadillac, it's really hard. Formula One is a hard sport, but I really hope that someone does come in and upsets the natural order of things.
Yeah. I do kind of have faith in Audi. To be fair, you're right. It is tough. You can't just come out of nowhere and succeed straight off the bat. But Sauber have obviously got the facilities.
Yeah.
So that's already like a good baseline for a team like Audi to come in with. And they have had like success in other motorsport categories as well. Like they slapped Le Mans for like fucking 10 years back to back, I swear. They still do. Are they still in Le Mans these days? I feel like they pulled out like 2 years ago. So.
They're not anymore, but I guess they're consolidating, shifting.
Yeah, exactly. But as a company, and again, that sweet German efficiency.
Well, the thing is, Sauber
believe in them.
had this amazing facility for so long. There's always been this talk of this amazing Sauber wind tunnel, and they've struggled financially since BMW pulled out.
Yeah.
But now they've got that money. So it's like they can realise that potential. They've always been so like they've had so much potential, but they've just kind of sat there in mediocrity and
just waiting for someone to give them some cash.
Yeah, I mean their finishing position last year was their highest for like years.
Yeah.
I remember research. It was ridiculous that they didn't finish higher than, don't quote me on this, like 7th or 8th for like about 7 or 8 seasons in a row. It was like again considering you had Haas coming out of nowhere, like inherit the Marussia stuff and then out. I'd say outperform them or at least match them over, like, apart from the odd season in, like, recent years.
They've probably they've been better than them most seasons, really. It's just the last two, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Haas's second season when they came in, they finished, like, 5th or something.
Yeah.
So it can be done. That's what would be nice to see from an Andretti Cadillac, to show that, actually, no, you don't have to inherit a team or you don't have to go to Motorsport Valley. You can be an outsider, come in. Although, actually, Andretti are saying that they want to have their engineering based in the UK. So
it's home of F1 engineering, and I guess some people sometimes say that about Ferrari, in that because they have a smaller pool and a lesser, not less attractive, because I'd rather live in Italy than the UK anyway. But
Maranello or Luton.
Yeah, right. Like, have you been to Milton Keynes? No, respectfully. But they've got a smaller pool to choose from in terms of engineers who are able to specialise in F1. And if you are a team that is outside of that recruitment pool, it's very difficult to get the best talent. And or you have to develop your own talent, but that takes time as well. So it's difficult for teams to do that. So it'll be interesting to see with Audi, pardon me, with Audi. Andretti, any new teams that come in. But I guess the good thing about Audi is that process is starting now. They're not just coming in 2026. That process is starting now, and they're getting all this data, and they're going to be able to make all these investments and improvements so that they're hopefully hitting the ground running.
Doing it in a sensible way.
Sensible manner.
Let's buy this team, boom, let's go straight.
Yeah, but that does not work.